far as the protesting, I mean, I feel like I'm in the past future, if that makes any sense. Meaning, like, we've watched things happen as far as Martin Luther King, and we watch protests and people fight for our rights and so many different things growing up. And to actually be in the middle of it right now, we're watching a protest, watching police brutality. It feels like you're part of the 70s or the 60s all over again. And I think it's now, but I think now more than ever, I think a lot of people are more conscious. If they wasn't conscious before, they conscious now. And it's finally getting to the point where people got to understand that it's time for us to own stuff, man. It's time. Whatever you doing, it's time to start owning stuff. I always feel that, you have to be an entrepreneur. You have to be able to get something that'll pay yourself. Do something that you'll pay yourself. Because now we understand, if you give them the power to feed you, you give them the power to starve you too. And I think people don't understand that part. To be waiting for somebody to give you an opportunity. Have to create that opportunity. Now, it's the time more than ever. If people don't come out of this with a new sense of what it is to be an owner, or what it is to start thinking consciously, or even being disciplined. I mean, I think the protesting and everything taught me a whole nother level of discipline, where my routine is the mailbox, the store, and back home. And I'm not even mad at that routine no more. It gave me a knowledge, where when I go outside now, is to do something important. Whether it's, I check my mailbox, I go to the store, I buy food, I pack my fridge, and that's good enough for me. I mean, I'm not thinking about a club. I'm not thinking about hanging out. I'm not even thinking about sports. At one point, I was fiending for sports. And then I'm so focused on everything going on at hand. I'm constantly seeing things, whether on the news or IG, or even some of the conspiracy theories, that I'm more awoke than worried about what's on television. I don't even want sports to come on, because I think it will take away from what we're trying to do right now. And I think they want sports to come back so people can be distracted. Right now, we focused on what's next. You're going to pass these new laws. You're going to fix police brutality. Like, we want to hear something. I don't want to see nobody dunking right now. I understand that plays a part, and that's people's livelihood. But right now, this is deep. We want change. We're going to have to demand it, and that's where I feel where I'm at right now. And more importantly, like I said, we got to start owning things as an artist. You got to start. We need our own, man, and it's crazy because we got all this money, we got these different things, but one thing we don't have, blacks in particular, we need our own scientists. We shouldn't be waiting on scientists to come with no vaccine. We don't know what they putting in their stuff. We need our own scientists to thoroughly look at what's being put out there and talk to us. Because I don't ever believe that we're being told the truth. They tell us what they want us to know. You got to figure out the rest. And usually when they tell us something, it's probably at a point. It's like if somebody's telling you something at the beginning where it could be fixed, where it could be, sorted out, versus somebody telling you something at the 11th hour in 50 minutes, and you got to figure out a solution in 10 minutes. That's what I feel the world do. That's what I feel they good at. They want to tell us the truth when it's too late to kind of fix it and sort it out, or when it's already been done so many times. So yeah, I mean, with what's going on right now, like, nah, I'm looking like you really understand what's important in life. And if you just thinking about going outside and hanging out, you need a GP. You need a GPS. You lost in a motherfucker, I mean, you got all these people out there protesting. And even though, you might not be the individual out there protesting, you could still kind of find a way to support their movement, Even if you ain't out there, at least pay attention to what's going on. See what's going on. You can't do that if you're worrying about, who's making the playoffs. You worrying about sports, or you worrying about, I need to kind of track, because it's never going back to normal again. And like I said, if you sitting there going, I'm going to wait till it go back to normal. Like I said, get a GPS. You lost, man. You lost. You got more than enough time to sit and have a vision of what your future is going to look like. You got more than enough time to sit and formulate a plan, or how you going to uplift yourself in these next coming years. If you waiting until this is over to start thinking about what you're going to do, you just don't get it. You really don't get it. I don't condone, rioting or looting, but, and I'm going to say this, but, there's no protocol to anger and pain. None. So it's like people are angry and you tell them they got to conduct themselves a certain way during all this frustration, anger, and everything they going through. It's like we can do whatever we want to y'all, but when you get mad, you better conduct yourself in the proper way. Why is that? Shit, man. Some videos you seen cops taking shit too. In certain instances, you seeing bricks and stuff laid out. Suspiciously laid out, wanting you to take a brick in. And I could imagine somebody break open a store, they throw the brick in, and the cops go, "Hey, what you doing?" And those people run off, and the cops go, "Okay, they did the job for us. Let's go in there, take what we need to take." Who's gonna notice that? But I definitely got footage of cops putting sneakers in their truck. So y'all supposed to be serving and protecting. Y'all collecting, but I don't see no protecting and serving. So, I mean, people look at certain things as an opportunity to do what they really wanted to do. Oh, they protesting? Well, when they all together, see that store over there, I'm going to throw the brick in, you going to go, yeah. I mean, people going to scheme, and, but, people see it as an opportunity to do other things. And, and just like, when you got violent protesters, you can't judge the whole protest by the violent protesters, because you got cops brutalizing the fuck out of people, but you won't allow us to claim the whole police department is bad as the one officer. But on the other hand, when a protester or something gets out of hand, you want to claim the whole protest is about that violence. No, it's the same thing. It's like, it's just so many ways to look at this, man, that, you know, we got to wake up, man. We got to wake up, man. And I think we at a point where why it's very, very important, because I think you're seeing people protest around the world. This ain't about New York. This ain't about United States. I see people in Portugal. I see people in Paris, London. People are protesting around the world for change. That's why I think it's important not to let sports and other stuff become a distraction. Because if that's the distraction and we let off the gas, then we telling the rest of the world, we good. They got sports on now. We not worried no more. Nah. That's just, we all worried. You know, so I'm just very, very curious about where it's gonna go within the next couple of weeks with them trying to bring back sports. And because it's deep, man. It's deep because I want to know if the owners stand with the players. You know, okay, the players play for you, and you know, sometimes these owners have charities that they have the players come to and donate money and be a part of their charity. Now, with what's going on with Black Lives Matter, where's your assistance towards the players and they families going through this? That's where I want to see where the owners at. Because when the owners had them charities, I need the players there, support this and that. This is deeper than a fucking charity. This is some life, death, all types of things are going on. And I mean, I've heard from Mark Cuban, you know, from the Dallas Mavericks, but where them football owners at? Where them baseball owners at? With all this taking place, where they? I need to hear their voice. You know, we heard their voice when you ain't want the players to kneel. So now you actually seeing police brutality. What do you think now? What's your take? It ain't no time to be silent now. You wasn't silent before. So with this, man, it's deep, man. It's deep. I just want to hear where everybody's at with it, you know? Give everybody a better perspective on what to expect from your owners. Instead of them trying to get y'all to get on the court and play, what are you saying about this? You have these owners that you play for. If I'm a player, I got to know where my owner stands. I can't be running out there playing football, getting ready to put my life on line, concussions and all that. Yeah, it's about making money, but I got to know where you stand. If you racist, I don't need to play for you. If you don't believe in equality, I don't need to play for you. And that's where it gets deep. You know, even with, you know, baseball owners and, you know, where do you stand? You want the players to go out there and play, but do you show who you are? Because I don't think it's cool to be quiet. If you racist, then tell the world you racist. So these dudes don't play for you. Don't sit back and be quiet. You know, I just think it's a deep thing. I don't, like I said, I ain't even interested in sports right now, you know? I'm interested in seeing if laws are going to get passed. How you going to, I mean, we had tens of thousands of people getting arrested when this could have stopped if you just arrested the 4. So What took you so long to arrest 4 officers? All that evidence is there. What's the procrastination? You know, if somebody else, a civilian did that, arrested right away. Probably been booked 2 days later. So I don't know, man. It's time for change. It's definitely time for change.